What's up, everybody? My name is Speak. Thanks for stopping back by my channel. I really appreciate it. Today we are out here at Garcia Motor Garcia Moto in Raleigh, North Carolina. They are the local Ducati, BMW, KTM, and other such dealer. Today is the Ducati Demo Day, which is very exciting. One of these two bikes right here, the Multistrada, is actually what I'm going to be riding today. I don't know which one or what the difference is because I don't know anything about these bikes. So very quickly before the test ride, I'm going to go find out some information so that I don't sound like a total idiot. I was really hoping to get on something more like a Monster or the Super Sport, but apparently they were letting people pre-sign up for rides, and I did not know that. So shame on me, right? And anyway, that's fine though. I get to ride a Ducati, and that'll be fun. We're gonna make the best of it. And yeah, it's just a beautiful day, so why not ride a Ducati, right? Alright, we'll see you out on the bike. Alright folks, let's get a little shot of the dash here. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it, alright? Alright, look at all that. That's fun. Alright, so you got a whole host of switches over here. I'm gonna guess that there's some kind of ride mode stuff. Yeah, probably go into the turn signal cancel button, and that's probably what you do to get in there. But yep, you got little menus up and down. That's pretty cool. Engine start, stop, hazards, all the usual stuff. So yeah, pretty standard. Very exciting. I don't know why all these lights are blinking here. Hopefully we'll be alright. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Today I am on a 2017 Ducati Multistrada 950. I believe that this is considered a touring bike, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong though. This thing has a 937cc engine, but 950 sounds cooler. I believe it makes about 160 horsepower, which is actually not that bad. So far, I've gone about a mile, so it's very nice so far. It's comfortable, it's very upright, wide handlebars. I believe that this bike is designed for touring, a little bit of dirt and things like that. I'm not sure how well it does in the dirt, but we'll see. I just adjusted the windscreen up all the way, and that's actually kind of nice. I was getting this super weird buffeting on my head, so I'm sorry if y'all's view is not the greatest. I will probably put that down at some point so that you guys can see a little bit better, but for now you get to look at the windscreen in this wonderful dash here. Now we are on a pretty long test ride, so I'll shut up for now. I'm gonna get a couple miles on the bike here and just kind of get a feel for things, and then I will pick back up with you guys and talk a little bit more later. So real quick folks, I've got the windscreen all the way down. I hope that you can appreciate this noise. I'm sure that it's going to come through in the microphone. It is very loud, and what it's doing is it's hitting like right here on the top of my visor. So if I put it up like this though, I'm getting air at just the top of my head. I mean, I'm 6 feet tall for reference, but the adjustable windscreen is definitely nice. But on the highway, you're going to want to have this thing up, that's for sure. Alright, how easy to find neutral? Not very easy, apparently. Nope, finally got it. I'll tell you a quick note folks, the sun is directly behind me. It's pointing right on this screen, and I can still read everything really well. I'm not sure if it'll come through on the camera or not, but that is pretty nice. It's not like an amazing looking display. I mean, you got a lot going on here, but as far as visibility, it is really good. I'll jump right into something that's kind of nitpicky. What I don't like is that if you hit the turn signal cancel button, you immediately go into your ride mode selection. And I kind of don't like that because I'm one of those people that's constantly checking to make sure that my turn signals are off. So it's just kind of annoying to have that blink on there because that's not what I want to do. I will say so far, this thing is very comfortable. You are very upright, very wide bars, just a very relaxed riding position. I actually feel like the seat is pretty comfortable so far. I mean, time will tell on that. I'll see how I feel after the end of this 20-mile ride, which is still not, I mean, you can ride a lot of things for 20 miles and not really be too bad off. This is not the kind of bike that I would want right now in my riding career, but I could see myself on this at some point. Probably be pretty comfortable for a passenger. Definitely throw some bags on it and just go cruise. Probably would not be that bad of a commuting bike either. Maybe not, I don't know. I see quite a few of these types of bikes around though. I don't know, maybe that figures off. That can't be right. Maybe that's the 1200. I don't know. I'll flash up on the screen once I have a chance to do some research at home on what the actual horsepower on this thing is. It can't be that. That's got to be the 1200. That doesn't make sense. I think the specs that I was looking at are messed up. Yeah, just throw that number out of your minds real quick. Sorry about that. I'll flash up the number that this bike actually makes. I mean, it's pretty quick, don't lie, for a big bike, and it's got this crazy loud intake noise. Sounds really good. Seems like it really starts to pull up there. This group leader here seems like he's a pretty fun guy. He got on it a little bit there, so you never expect that from the leaders on the demo rides. They're like, oh, they're just gonna, you know, kind of baby it around. Nope, this guy got on it. That's awesome. This bike is a little heavy, 500 pounds. I felt it a little bit when I was getting on it and kind of getting it off the kickstand. But out here, I mean, you know, yeah, you can still move it around if you need to. I have a feeling that at slow speeds, this thing will actually do pretty well at that. The clutch feels awesome. The shifter is almost too smooth. You know what I mean? Like, it just clicks into gear so easy that you almost don't even realize it. I almost would prefer a little bit more feedback, but that's just me. But this thing will move. We are in sport mode, which I believe takes advantage of all the power. You also had, I believe, touring, urban, and there was one other setting that I missed. I can't really read it so well, you know, sitting back here. I gotta scrunch my face up there because of my terrible vision. But overall, a great bike so far. I do believe that these are pushing up in well above $15,000 for this kind of bike. Maybe even approaching 20, depending on options and stuff like that. Kind of fun. I love the noise that intake makes. It's way louder than the exhaust, but man, it's a good noise. I love it. That's so funny. One of the gentlemen that I was speaking with before we got on the bikes, he's got a Harley Davidson, and you know, he likes it and everything, and he wanted something easy. He looked like a pretty big guy, wanted to be comfortable and all that. He was saying that the Harleys are just not that great when you get out into the twisties, and you know, we're not on any sort of real twisty road or anything like that, but I can see that this thing would definitely be fun. Ooh, a little twisty snake symbol. Probably the most fun test ride I've been on, even though this is not like the bike that I would necessarily choose for this, but I'm still on a Ducati. This thing's pretty tall. I am 6 feet tall. My legs, I'm not like tippy-toeing or anything like that, but okay, I'll go ahead and admit that was a terrible acceleration, because in first gear when I hit it, this actually jumped up a bit more than I thought. That's cool though. That's fine. I'll put my embarrassing moments out there. I'm not afraid. You can make fun of me all that you want. I'm on a Ducati. Yeah. Alright, what else? yeah, this thing is fun, guys. It is actually really fun. If you need something for touring, commuting, you know, you want to have a little bit of fun, you might want to do a little bit of off-road, you know, all these different things in one, I can definitely see getting something like this. I was doing some research on some of the other Ducatis before this one, and what I was seeing was that they've changed their service intervals and stuff, so it's definitely not how it used to be, and you don't have to go in for service every so often, so which is kind of nice. So you pull out your service intervals. I just realized the leader over here is looking at me. He probably does not realize I'm vlogging, so. Alright, so let's chillax, just cruising. The wind is a little odd to me. I'm honestly, from riding like naked bikes, I'm used to the wind being all over my chest. I've got nothing right here on my chest. It's all at the top of my head, so it may not actually be a bad thing, and there's probably a lot of people that are actually pretty used to that. But for me, it's a little strange to just be having the wind hitting up here. But you can adjust the windscreen, you can take it off, you can probably get a bigger one. I'm sure you could do all sorts of things with this, so it's all good. But man, you could spend hours on this. We still haven't gone that far, but I am still very comfortable. And I'm just, man, I'm having a great time. What a great bike. Now, I know that there's BMWs and, you know, the Kawasaki Versys and, you know, things like that that are going to be competitors to this. But I haven't ridden those, just to be honest with you guys. I'm just comparing this to my little narrow scope of bikes that I've ridden. But, you know, I have to say that I think that this is a good and fun bike. I could see myself owning something like this again, maybe later in my riding career. That would be kind of fun. Or if I had a bit more money or could have more than one bike, then I would definitely see getting something like this. I think my wife would actually be okay with getting on here, and, you know, I wouldn't be as uncomfortable on highway trips and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's good. This thing probably has cruise control and a few other options and things that I'm not taking advantage of. I honestly did not do a ton of research on this bike because I didn't realize that this is what I was going to be riding. I was really hoping to ride the Super Sport or one of the monster bikes, so I did a little bit more reading and research on those. So I'm sorry if you're not super well informed. I would definitely encourage you to go to Ducati's website and just look up the specs on the Multistrada so you can see everything. But this is just my, you know, first impression, basically, test ride, demo ride. But I have to say as well, thank you Ducati and Garcia Moto. This is like the longest demo ride I've ever been on. That's really cool. You really get a much better feel for the bike. Even this is a minor example of riding a bike and, you know, what it is, but in experiencing it, but it is still nicer than a 10-minute loop, you know. So that's always good. Downshifting's nice and smooth. Again, I don't think that this has the quick shifter on it, so I'm just going to assume that it doesn't shift like a normal person. This thing will scream if you wanted to. I don't know that very many people would want to put an exhaust on here. I wonder if maybe Ducati has it a really loud intake noise just so you get some of that fun and that sensation. Because to me, some of the fun of being on a bike is just the noises and stuff that it makes. But it is like, I mean, other than my little bit of wind noise, it is so quiet right now. At just cruising speed 60 miles an hour, it's so quiet. Vibrations aren't too bad. It does a little bit when you get into the higher RPMs. I'd like to find a bike that doesn't, though. Maybe an electric one, I don't know. But yeah, it's really not bad. It's a nice ride. So here we are, 60-something miles an hour, 6th gear. You know, if you needed to pull on somebody and get out around them and stuff, you definitely could. It does feel a little boggy down at this lower RPM. I think it really starts to sing, you know, up above 5,000–6,000 RPM. But if you're hanging around 4 to 5, it might hesitate a little bit. I mean, it's still going, but there's just that little bit of kind of hesitation, or it's kind of ramping up. One thing I find is that I feel like my heel is hitting on maybe the engine cover or something like that. Maybe I got my foot on the wrong spot, I don't know, but I think in order for me to really feel like I'm putting my foot on the brake, you know, that's your right leg here, I'm kind of hitting the cover. I don't really have anything that I'm hitting on my left side. I was surprised the shifter seems a little far out. I got like a size 12-ish shoe, and I did notice I had to put my foot a little further on the peg, or further forward on the peg, excuse me, than I was expecting at first, but I mean, it's fine. And again, the clutch and the shifter are so silky smooth. So, like I said, it's almost too smooth. The clutch, awesome. Shifter, add a little notchiness just so I kind of feel it going into gear. But having your full digital display and your gear indicator and all that kind of stuff, it's fine. And really, they might have done that so that you don't have fatigue on your foot. You know, sometimes you feel when you're pushing that shifter up and up and up, you know, that you get a little fatigue there maybe. I don't know. Just my take. Well, folks, that is unfortunately going to conclude our test ride on the 2017 Ducati Multistrada 950. I have had a blast today. Great test ride. Very pleased so far, and definitely glad that I came out. I've said this in my other demo ride videos that I've done. Definitely take advantage of every demo ride that you can. It's an awesome experience. I just straight up cannot afford this bike right now, but I would love to own something like this in the future. That would be amazing, and maybe one day we will be able to. Come on, neutral, don't be a little jerk. Nope. There we go. Boop. Goodbye.